Hello, Aries, and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie, and this is your weekly reading for August 16th through the 22nd. Quick disclaimer that I've already forgotten. This is a general reading. It cannot possibly resonate with everybody. Take what does resonate, leave what does not. And if none of it resonates, you can check out one of your other signs, or you can check out one of the other many brilliant readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor, lawyer, therapist, or anything else that requires a degree. I'm just a girl with a deep passion for tarot, and anything that I say resembling advice. It's based solely on my opinion, based on my experiences, my understanding of the world, my knowledge that I've gained over the years, my interpretations of the cards, and any little bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively from time to time. That being said, I want to make a quick apology for anyone who cares for missing last week. I live in Des Moines, Iowa, and some of you guys may know that the Midwest was hit by a really nasty storm earlier this week on Monday, which is the day that I was driving in from traveling to Ohio. And we lost, there was a lot of damage. We lost electricity. A lot of people are still without electricity right now. My sister's going to be without electricity for another 2 weeks, they're saying. So it's a mess out here, and I just haven't had time to get any readings done. But I did want to try to get as much done as I could this week while I can, because I do really enjoy this. So hopefully, that's all good and clear. So alright, so that's it. I'm doing it a little differently this week because the whole world is out of sorts and I'm out of sorts, and so I'm doing it differently, and that's all there is to it. I am going to start out with an archetype card again, though. Just get a general feel for how this week is going. Also, I rearranged my table. So Aries, general theme for this week for Aries, please. Okay, we've got the castle and a massive glare. There we go, the castle. Very pretty. Now, I'm probably going to try not to really put the cards up close to the camera, because I'm trying to figure out the sweet spot with the focus, and it seems to just be here if I can get it to refocus. So now I want to go ahead and I want to pull, there they are. A couple Linderman cards just to give us a general idea of the main situation that's going to be occurring for you guys this week. I'll pull 2 or 3 depending on what we get and how much clarity we might like to get for it. So the main situation for Aries this week. Okay, so starting out, we've got the clouds. Okay, so this is going to be a lack of clarity, confusion. I'm gonna manipulate my camera real quick. Sorry about that. Let's see if it'll readjust. Anything? No? Okay. Okay, we have the man. So, a lack of clarity having to do with the man in your life, perhaps. You may be the man who is struggling with some unclarity at this time. Let's see here. And then we have the bouquet, which has to do with happiness, friendships. So there may be a lack of clarity when, in terms of a relationship that you have with a man in your life. Or if you're the man, again, this is still probably referring to a relationship that you might have, and it doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. The bouquet is not the most romantic card in the Lenormand deck, so this could also just be a feeling of not feeling happy or satisfied in your current situation. or not really knowing where you want to go from here or what you could do that would make you happy. So something along those lines. And I don't think I remembered to clarify the castle, or not clarify it, but explain it. The castle is the home, it's the house, it's safety and security, it's family life. Obviously, with my background, I just think of the castle doctrine, protecting your home. The castle is like a fortress that protects you. So, in this case, this could be a man that you live with. Somebody so it could be a partner. It could also be a sibling or a roommate or a friend, but there's some kind of lack of clarity in terms of whether or not this person is happy or whether or not you are happy. Why there seems to be this feeling of lost or confusion. It's kind of what I'm getting from that, but we'll get a little more on the table before I start trying to tie everything together completely. Go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you guys now. First, I'll just try and get a little bit of clarity on the confusion. Okay, so we have the Five of Rods. Let's see if I can get this to shock it back into focus. There we go. Five of Rods. Okay, this is conflict. It could also be competition. It's usually not anything that's, earth-shattering or, a relationship killer or anything like that. But there's definitely some sort of conflict or a misalignment of values where, let me get a little more on the table. Let me just get a little more. So this card is going to clarify the relationship between the cloud and the man. So we have the Six of Blades. So this could indicate moving in a new direction. Sometimes it indicates escape from a situation. Getting away from this conflict here. So perhaps if this is you, okay, then you feel that you need to leave your situation and do something different, and you just don't know what that is yet, and you're trying to figure out what you want out of your life and what you should change, what you want to change, what would make you happy. If this is someone that you're dealing with, you may be trying to figure out how best to leave this relationship, how to get away from it, how to fix it. But the Six of Swords really indicates moving away from the situation. Excuse me, my nose is running. Okay. So now I'm going to get a clarifier for the man. We have the Ace of Rods, which is also the Ace of Wands in the traditional tarot. So this tells me that going back to values or passions or desires not aligning, or there's been a change in terms of what you want out of your life, okay, and then this other person or this situation just doesn't fulfill that anymore. A new spark within yourself, a new passion, a new motivation of some kind. And this could be something that you've thought of for a long time, and you're finally at a point where you feel like you have to pursue it, and that you're not going to be happy with anything else. Or this could be something completely new that has just occurred to you, that just feels right. It feels right for you to move in this new direction, and you feel that you may have to leave this situation, this relationship, whatever this is, you may have to leave it behind to pursue it, because this other individual may not understand the importance of it to you, may not feel the same way about it. Just, again, a misalignment of values and desires when it comes to what you want out of life. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull one more tarot card out of this deck for the relationship between, you know, the man and this bouquet here. We have the Ace of Blades or the Ace of Swords. So this kind of indicates to me, oh, and it's in reverse. It's in reverse, so this could be a sudden realization, a new truth, a new idea that is not able to be explored or realized in the current situation. I just heard a noise. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Everyone in the house is asleep, so when I hear a thump and a bump, I get spooked. I gotta go check it out. But looks like it was fine. So, what was I saying? I was saying the Ace of Swords in reverse, and as it relates to the bouquet, and the Ace of Wands. I get this sense that you feel that you just can no longer move forward or make progress in this situation. So this lack of clarity, if you do have that understanding already, then the lack of clarity could be, again, it could have to do with, you know what you don't want now, but it's a totally different story figuring out what you do want. It could also be that you don't know how to make a clean break from this situation without creating waves, without causing problems, without starting a fight, especially when we've got this Five of Wands here, right? So there may already be a fight or a disagreement that, you know, you don't want to make things worse, but at the same time, you don't want to stay in it either. You can't stay in it. And again, this won't resonate with everybody, obviously. But if it does resonate with you, then you probably, you could be leaving your home or unhappy in your home. You may be deciding to move out, or and this couldn't be a situation that doesn't necessarily exist within your home, but it could be that perhaps you want to move away to like a different state or a different city, away from whoever this person is, and not necessarily because of them, but because you feel drawn to go elsewhere. You may feel that there are opportunities for you somewhere else, or you just feel driven to go to a different place, and part of the motivation would be the conflict that you've been dealing with. But I think mostly for this situation, for whoever this is, it's more of a feeling of just knowing that you're not satisfied with what you have now, and you don't want to put any more energy or emotion or time into trying to make something work that is just draining you and wasting your life. Is kind of the feeling that I'm getting from that. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull a few more tarot cards, and then we'll pull some oracle cards, see what else we've got. I will get a clarification for each tarot card now. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. And clarify the Five of Wands for Aries, please. So these cards are really interesting. These are the Cosmos Tarot and Oracle deck. Each card is associated with a constellation. So this one is the Hanged Man. It's associated with the constellation Vela. I believe I'm saying that right. It says faith, guidance, and outside forces. So you're definitely being drawn or called in a new direction. And it's a very powerful, it's almost like a compulsion. And it may be new. It may have come out of nowhere. It could be something where it's like you saw a picture and you're like, there, I want to go there. I want to live there. I want to be there. I want to experience that place. Or it could be just a different job, a different career. I want to experience that. Like, that is right for me. That feels right. You can't think of anything else. But again, with this being the Hanged Man, okay, this is kind of like, being in that mind space where you're having to let go of the comfort of everything that you know, and to let go of your old ideas, your old plans, your old way of living, your old way of thinking, in order to pursue this new direction. So this could indicate a very major change for you in your life at this time. Let's clarify now the Six of Blades. We have Cetus. And it says, I need glasses here. Underlying emotional issue, self-doubt, and fear. So this is the Five of Water, which would be the Five of Cups. So perhaps, usually the Five of Cups indicates sadness or grief or loss. In more mundane situations, it can indicate kind of crying over spilt milk, or, being sad about the past and not realizing what you have. But because it's clarifying the Six of Swords here, this could actually indicate a fear of moving forward, or a fear of moving in a different direction, a fear of moving into the unknown. Not sure if you can do it, but knowing that you don't want to stay. Which obviously, for anyone who's completely changing their life, that's going to be intimidating. That's going to be scary. It's up to you in your individual situation to decide whether or not it's worth it to you. But because of the way the cards are coming out now, or, in this reading, it comes out right after the Hanged Man, which, from the descriptions on these cards, because I do take into account, like, my regular understanding of the traditional tarot, but then I do want to also, this deck, gosh, I can't talk today. This deck is kind of different. For instance, the Zodiac, the relationship between the tarot and the Zodiac in this deck is differently, or the associations, there we go, that was the word I was looking for. So, different signs are indicated by different major arcana cards than traditionally. So, if I'm going based off of the words that are on these cards, then this indicates to me that you are being called in a different direction, and the universe is setting you up in such a way that you're going to be able to take that step. It's giving you a little push, a nudge, or maybe a big push for some of you. And what you're getting stuck on, that self-doubt, you're getting stuck on just fear of doing something new, doing something different, and potentially doing it alone. But if the universe is, making this possible for you, then it indicates to me that, at least for some of you guys, this has something to do with your purpose. There is something for you in this new place, this new direction that you are being pushed towards. And for some of you, it may be worth it to, try to step outside of that fear, and stop questioning yourself and just do it. If you really feel like you want it and it's right for you, if you really feel pushed or pulled or compelled by something deep within yourself to make this decision, then it would be a waste to allow a little bit of self-doubt to stop you from taking that next step towards what could ultimately result in your happiness. So let's see, we'll get a couple more out here. Let's clarify that Ace of Wands with just one card, please. So we have the Three of Earth, which would also be Three of Pentacles, Leo Minor. Okay, development, apprenticeship, and initiation. So growth is what I get from that. Development, evolution, growth. Personal growth. And usually when it comes to Pentacles, this says related specifically to a skill or a skill set, something that can benefit you in the material. So this could have to do with like something that you want to learn, or a job or a career path that you may want to follow or get into. If it's something that you're not into yet, this could be a whole new life, honestly, that you're building for yourself, and it puts you in that kind of student position. I'm just looking at the cards for a second. The Ace of Rods, Leo Minor. Okay. There may be some kind of talent you have. Okay, so it's a talent. It's something that you've had for a long time. Something comes to you very naturally, but you're not necessarily skilled at it yet. Or you haven't had a lot of practice, or you haven't explored it much. And so whatever this new path is for you that you're being pulled towards, there are opportunities on this path for you to refine your talents and develop your skills, and turn it into something that you could use to make a good life for yourself, but also, potentially change the world to help other people as well. Because usually when the universe is working in such a way to move us in a new direction, it's because we've got something to offer the world. We've got something that's unique to us that could be used to do a lot of good for a lot of other people. So if this is resonating with you, then I would keep that in mind, that you could potentially, be very important, have a very important role in doing good for the world and doing good for others around you, if you pursue this path and put in the work and have faith in yourself and faith in the universe, that not only can you do this, but that you're protected and divinely guided in the process. Okay, one more tarot card. We will clarify that Ace of Swords in reverse, and then we'll go ahead and pull out some some oracle cards. Clarify that Ace of Swords in reverse, please. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, and the constellation it's associated with in this deck is Mensa, and it says psychic power, shadow, obscurity, and manipulation. Interesting. This is a new deck for me, so I'm kind of learning it as I do these readings this week. Interesting. I also typically see the High Priestess as indicating that you are directly wired into spirit, so to speak. And so your intuition is strong, and you need to listen to it, and allow it to guide you. Allow it to, read the situation for you, and trust your gut when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to understanding a situation that you may be in at any given point in time. And this new path may have something to do with psychic abilities that you may have. And it also indicates the shadow on this card. So this could have to do with, and I'm coming all the way back up here to the cloud too. There may be something about yourself that you are not aware of, that you don't understand. Something in your subconscious that is affecting you at this time that you need to really spend a lot of time reflecting on and digging into within yourself, to understand who you are, where you are, why you are where you are, and where you're going. And also potentially to unlock whatever these talents are here that you're given the opportunity to develop. It could also, because we have the word manipulation on this card, and the Ace of Wands is or the Ace of Swords, is in reverse in relation to these two cards, that the situation that you're in now that you're getting away from could be manipulative and could be hindering you from developing your own talents and living the life you want to live, simply because you feel, or you are being controlled by this other individual right here. And it may not be malignant necessarily, okay? I mean, there are situations where we can be manipulated or held back by people in our lives, and it's not because they're actively trying to control us, but it's just kind of the relationship dynamic. It's how things have come to be, and over just with the little things in the relationship. I guess I don't know exactly how to say what I'm trying to say, but I'm not saying necessarily that, let's say you're leaving a relationship of some kind, a friendship. Let's say you're leaving a friendship, or you're leaving the state, and that will require leaving a relationship behind of some kind. And it's not a healthy relationship anymore. It may not necessarily be extremely toxic, but it could become one of those situations where you and this individual hold each other back, or you bring out the worst in each other, or this individual could be in a dark place, which drags you into a dark place. And it could be that, it's the expectations of this individual in this relationship, in this friendship, that you feel a need to meet those expectations, when even though they're not aligned with your values and they're not aligned with the life you want to live. And so you feel this obligation, this responsibility to make this person happy, and the process of making this person happy does not make you happy. In fact, it makes you very, very unhappy, to the point where you just don't even want to be there anymore. And so while that doesn't make that person a bad person, it certainly doesn't make the relationship a good one anymore, or at this point in time. There's always room for that to change, of course, but the cards that are out on the table right now indicate to me that it may be in your best interest to split away, to go on your own in a new direction, and focus on yourself, focus on your own growth and your own development at this time, in order to have more clarity when it comes to this situation or this relationship. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and we'll get some oracle cards out on the table. Just a few. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Okay, let's see. And we'll just consider these advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit, or additional insights that will be helpful to you guys. So we have Venus, beauty, love, and relationships. So this may be confirmation that this does actually have something to do with the relationship that you are in at this time that is not healthy for you right now. But I also see, the beauty side of that card, where, this new direction that you're moving towards, you're kind of chasing beauty, like the beauty of the world, beauty in life. This is very much actually tied into the bouquet card here, because when you're happy, everything feels and seems beautiful, or at least most things do. And when you're surrounded by beauty, typically you feel very peaceful and serene and happy. And so there's this desire to bring beauty into your life, more beauty back into your life, or maybe just more of it into your life if you already have a very positive outlook on your situation, regardless of what's going on here. I just have this picture in my mind of somebody like throwing all their shit in the car and driving out to like the Pacific Northwest to live in a cabin in the woods, and soak up nature and find themselves. Like, that's just what I get in my head right now. I don't know if that's just personal projection or what, but just looking for beauty, finding the beauty in life, finding the beauty in the little things, and looking for beauty outside of your bubble, outside of the life that you've been living at this time, and experiencing the beauty of the world outside of what you know as well. Going somewhere new and exotic, to you at least, that piques your interest, or just calls to your heart, calls to your soul in a way that's really hard to explain. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull another card. So we have delight. It says revel in self-confidence, and connect with play. Having fun. Experiencing joy. And this could mean going out and doing things that are fun and exciting. And this could also just mean, again, getting out into nature and enjoying the little moments and just enjoying being alive. This keeps coming back to that theme of looking for happiness, looking for peace. I get from this reading the sense that somebody is just very unhappy in their life. They feel stuck. Things just aren't moving forward the way that they wanted them to originally, and there's no real positive outlook on the situation as it stands. Something needs to change, and it's almost like a dead end kind of feeling. And then you hear that call from someone. You may see something on TV or on the internet, or you hear somebody talk about something and it just calls to you, and it's like it makes your heart sing. I don't really know how to explain it necessarily in a way that doesn't make me sound Looney Tunes, but I feel like for some of you guys, you're hearing that call and you're ready to chase it. You're ready to step away. You may not know exactly how or what to do yet to make that happen, but you're just ready to find happiness. You're ready to go find the beauty and, immerse yourself in it and live it instead of just looking at it on TV or dreaming about it when you're, doing your mundane day-to-day stuff that feels like it just drones on and on and on and on. Yeah, and now I'm droning on and on and on. So let's see, we'll get one more. Or no, not one more. We'll get a couple more. Let's see if I'm... There we go. Good. We have the dragonfly. Joy and love. Exactly what I was just saying. I'm repeating myself. I'm a broken record. The universe is trying to bring you in a direction where you will find that joy and revive your love for life. It'll awaken that spark within yourself that perhaps you haven't felt in a long time in the situation that you're in now. And this departure may be long overdue for you. You may have been putting up with a situation or staying in a situation simply because it's what you know, and out of a sense of obligation that does not serve you or make you happy. And so now you're just ready to find happiness, no matter what the cost is, no matter where you have to go or what you have to do. You're just ready to find it and feel it again. And that's totally fair. And this is another one of my new decks. I really love it. I'm the Wilderness Collide deck. It's an Etsy deck. It's really pretty. Okay, we have Venus Undone. Okay, we have Venus here. I want to get that closer. I'm afraid it's going to screw up my focus. So, to me, this again, it just confirms that need to find happiness, to reconstruct your life. First of all, we have Venus Undone, and the word undone really sticks out to me. Like, you're just it's like a total reset. I suppose I also get a sense of, because we're talking about love, of course, so this could have to do with romantic relationships. Maybe you're falling in love with somebody else. Maybe perhaps you're looking for love, because again, even though this is indicating some kind of relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic. You could be looking for love in a new place. Or this could just be seeking out the beauty in the world around you. And I think this also ties in a little bit to this card here, in terms of self-doubt, because there's a level of vulnerability when it comes to opening yourself up to love, and putting yourself out there in a new environment, a new situation, or potentially around new people. And happiness in general, there's a certain vulnerability that comes along with being happy, because nothing can ever truly last forever. Something will always happen at some point or another. I don't mean to be negative or like doomy gloomy sounding, but you know, I mean, honestly, this past couple weeks, I felt it myself. A lot of things have happened where, you know, I've just realized that no matter what you do, no matter how careful you are, no matter how meticulously you plan, the ground could just be pulled out from underneath you at any time. It really could. And so to go chase happiness and then find it, you're going to want to hold on to it forever. But then there's that vulnerable feeling of like anything could happen. Something bad could happen. But you can't let that hold you back from pursuing your happiness, from pursuing the beauty of life. I'm going to try to trick my camera real quick. Okay, pretty. Ugh. Whatever. Sorry, guys. And we bring this back to the castle. And this is why I kind of feel like this has to do with moving away. With leaving where you are now, not just situationally, not just leaving a job or a relationship, but actually moving away to somewhere new. To rebuild your castle elsewhere, I suppose. To find a new home. Or perhaps you don't feel at home to begin with and you're looking for a place that feels like home. And there's a level of vulnerability in that all on its own. But I just keep coming back to this over here, the Hanged Man, right? Letting go. You're not just letting go of the old way of life. You're not just letting go of, certain relationships or a situation. You're letting go of fear. And you're letting go of the idea that you can't do anything because of this obligation or that fear or that negative possibility. You're letting go of all of that so that you can be free to pursue this dream of yours, this dream that you have, or this calling. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's absolutely a wonderful, beautiful feeling to have. And it's a great opportunity to receive, and you should definitely take advantage of it. If this resonates with you, if you feel that calling and you're unhappy with where you're at now, don't be afraid to chase happiness just because it could upset somebody else or because it could end badly. Anything can end badly. It's all really about perspective. I mean, let's say you go to this place that you're thinking of, that you think you're going to be happy, and you find it's not what you thought it was. No one said you can't come back. No one said you can't come home. No one said you can't try somewhere else or something else. The opportunities are boundless. You have options. And no matter what you do and where it leads you, this is the process of growth and development and personal refinement. No matter what you do or how it ends up, it will not be a waste. So if this is you, then I would encourage you to do whatever your heart feels drawn to do, as long as you're not hurting anybody else in the process directly. I mean, obviously, if you're leaving, then someone's feelings might get hurt. You can't be 100% responsible for somebody else's feelings, though, or somebody else's life. You can really only be responsible for yourself, or your children if you have children. So, that being said, that's what I'm getting from this reading. I hope that I spoke all that clearly. If it resonated, if you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified when I upload my weekly readings, which have been, again, they've been off this past couple of weeks with everything that's been going on. And I honestly, man, like I said, you never know what could happen. So I have every intention of uploading every single week, weekly readings for every sign, plus extra stuff like pick a cards and stuff like that in between. But considering how things have been going lately, I make no 100% promises. But, yeah, I'll stop rambling. Thank you guys for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you guys hopefully next week.